Of course, it can be ovarian issues right there too, but think of pituitary. That's the big issue here. This lady here went through a lot, let me tell you. Oh man, 2 times I got my butt kicked good. Yeah, sweetheart, you know what? Me too. I've had my butt kicked real good too, you know. I was throwing up, my temperature went sky high. I thought my hips would dislocate from my body. Oh, honey, I felt right now. Yeah, I know it. I mean, sometimes it can be radical, but I did kind of teaching you the top of the mountain here. You are kind of putting your pedal to the metal. I mean, when you jump up to a high fruitarian diet and you're adding herbs, man, you're like taking the train and you're pushing forward and you're going. It's like that lady, all the tumors coming out of her nose and pneumonia type symptoms. That was good. Better now than hang around and make it come later and slow. Get it done, get it over with, and get on down the road. So, yeah, I mean, so if you want to slow up, you might want to slow up a little bit. But you got some great experiences here behind you, sweetheart. I know it. I feel for you. So you could slow up if you needed to. Sounds like you went through the toughest stuff already. I felt I got something out in me that needs to come out. Absolutely. I know that feeling, too. I talked to another guy yesterday, and he felt the last time his mental feelings were out. And I did too. As soon as I felt the last one out of my mouth, boy, did I feel a magnetic difference in my head. These things make a big difference. The same thing with acids and heavy metals and neurotoxins, all these suppressive, blocking, obstructive agents to the flow of energy. And of course, as you beautiful souls like you, honey, you know, these bodies are obstructive. It's hard to stay in these obstructive bodies, you know. My eyes have always been hazel or brown. For the first time in my life, they are turning light green. So now you're going to see them move to blue. For those German iridologists out there, you got to change your thinking because irises change. I've never had one not change, and I don't know how you're going to explain that. And how do you tie the reality of iridology and what it's really there for to not changing? Everything's real time here. And this beautiful soul here's a good example of eyes changing, and her eyes will turn blue. But it might get blue down to around the pupil, and that brown around the pupil will probably be the longest. That's chronic bowels. So yeah, you've done well here, honey. Oh, good. Good. Let us know. Keep us going. Very informative. Thank you very much. Unit up. All right, and thank you. I appreciate that. I have white bumps on my chest, shoulders, and back that resemble pimples but aren't, and they are there all the time. Yeah, I mean, they could be little fatty lipid deposits. I doubt it. Probably just lymph swellings all over the place. Just little lymph issues. They don't have to come to the surface of the skin. They might, if you really kick it up high on the raw, they might start expressing themselves outwardly and coming out the skin. Or I've seen them just absorb and go back into the lymph system and pull through the kidneys. Now that they're at the end of the skin, though, my guess is that you might see some expression coming out. A lot of people break out into major rashes and everything else when they start these detox programs. And it's true we are radical in the sense that we're fast, but in reality, I mean, we deal with the insane, like Kellys and people that don't want to wait. They've been everywhere. They're frustrated. They want to see results. They want something that works. But they don't realize it's a process. And no one's ever sat down and said, listen, this is what it is, and it's a process. We have a big lack of understanding of this. And you guys are incredible. And they're really coming along here. And those of you that want to be practitioners, you're going to be the great practitioners of the future. All the people you're helping, I'm already seeing great stuff here, and the proof's in the pudding, and it gets exciting when you help your friends, and suddenly they're saying, I'm doing well. I had a guy that saw the MS video, and he started helping a friend that had MS in a wheelchair. Now she's feeling better. So it's all exciting, and he starts getting exciting because everybody starts turning on and feeling better, and the spirituality blossoms, and then pretty soon we start becoming a much better planet. If that's even the goal. I mean, you know. Let me see about... Oh, yeah, Matt. Yeah, I love what you said about the Portuguese people and about that. You're familiar with the rose, then. National Portuguese website. Yep. Describe the military. You know what? It's just, this is what needs to happen in this country. but we don't have the consciousness. Isn't that sad? We're based on lies, America. We're so bad. We violate the rights and freedoms. I mean, I'm going to put this up on my. I was talking about this before. My attorney sent this, and I'm going to put it up. I don't know if I can get it up on YouTube, but I definitely get it up on my website and on the pharmacy's website, where Ron Paul is introducing a bill, and this is what House bill is it? Let me see here. This is House Bill H.R. 2908, and this is Ron Paul, and he's, let's see, the link here is www.votervoice, V-O-T-E-R, voice.net, but he's doing this House Bill 2908, and what it basically is he's having to introduce a bill so we're guaranteed our rights to be able for you to say, all right, because this testimony from this, you guys are asking for testimonies. The problem with testimonies is that the FDA doesn't like them because the FDA isn't honest. You know, government isn't honest in this country. There's a lot of political prisoners in this country. Your mouth would drop if I told you a lot more than what's going on here. And so they don't like testimonies. Well, we run a health club. We run a private health club. And, of course, you're all members. Membership is free. Those of you are going to sign some documents that just makes you a member of this this private health club. And in the private sector, you're protected. They consider public, almost if you'd have looked at the difference between state and federal and private and public. And so the government feels like if you're in the public, we can do anything to you we want. And you're private, not that you don't have the jurisdiction. So it's somewhat protected, but still, our testimonies are about our health programs and what these health programs can do for you. This isn't about MS. This isn't about cancer. These are diseases. I don't know why. I mean, you're kind of stuck with the names like MS because that's what she was diagnosed with. So you're kind of stuck saying, well, what was she suffering with? A neurological problem? But, I mean, that's the idiocy of that. So, you know, you have to use what she was diagnosed with. Of course, we didn't treat the MS because if you treat, you can't cure. Look at the medical doctors. They can't cure anything. But you don't want to treat, so we don't want to treat. I think that shows the stupidity of the allopathic thinking and the fact that they can't cure anything. And this has got to change. So this is about health and vitality. So she was working on her health of her physical body, and her diagnosis of MS didn't exist anymore. But Ron Paul's having to introduce a bill so we can put testimonies up for you without getting raided. But I can tell you, we've got another thing. We've got a legal team that's been working on how you deal with that in terms of going back on them with criminal complaints and things against them. We're going to come strong here in a detached manner, in a loving manner, Lion Man. And like, I don't care, but you know what? You have to change the course of the energy flow. I have a body here, and I'm going to protect it. And I suggest you all do the same. Oh, thank you for your comments, Dugler, 4U777. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate all your comments here. I love you. Like I said, always in the now. I just love that. Thanks for your comment. I love New Zealand. I trying to get Mutt to give me his 67,000 acres. Nah, I doubt if Mutt will get me any. He's a real good friend of mine, but him and Eileen, which is Shania, you know, bought, I think it was 67,000 acres there in your country. They tell me all the ups and downs for a while to get that, but you know, a beautiful piece of property, and you could be out riding horses for days. I mean, their plans. She was around here looking for when they were building their house there, some neat things, but. Anyway, I really wish we knew which juicer caused the leaching of plastic. Yikes. Man, get rid of them all then. Start over. You couldn't tell which leached plastic? I mean, I don't know. That's scary. That's scary, man. Lewis, 04191. Thank you. Yahweh bless. Thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely. God bless to everybody. The weakness I see in my body are related to the, let's see, Dr. Morse, I'm 25 years old. See what I'm saying? Here's 25-year-old, 100% raw for nearly 5 months, and I've been taking your herbs for 2 months now. The weaknesses I see in my body are related to the kidneys and colon, acne. Absolutely. Your inability to move lymphs, my friend. Good point. Right on. But I was wondering if after a fully detox after 3 or 5 years, well, I mean, you should be able to get rid of acne much quicker than 3 to 5 years. But if you're talking about ultimate cleansing of the human body, of course it's going to take 3 to 5 years. But are you going to overcome all these diseases that the medical doctors claim exist? Of course you are. But acne isn't a disease. It would be impossible to eat a cooked meal. Oh, listen, you can eat a cooked meal. You're really dedicated, bro. I really appreciate that dedication. It's possible to have a cooked meal now once in a while. Not going to hurt you. Listen, I mean, if you're a perfectionist, I applaud you. I've been that way. I'm not that way now. You all know that. And I walk with a lot more balance. And I'm able to help my clients better, let me tell you. If I was strict, I wouldn't have that strict. I wouldn't have half the people. I deal with all levels of people and all ages and children. So it's you getting a little balance helps you out a lot better to keep them happy and to keep them going, because sometimes you got to throw somebody a bone. I'm telling you, you guys that are working with other people, you can rat your clients out if you're too strict too long. You know, sometimes you got to say go out and have that cooked meal. Some of the older guys, you go out and get a piece of meat once in a while. You know, and some of the women too. Okay, who cares? I mean, the bottom line is keep you going, keep going, keep going. Get them enthused. Go back to that fruits, berries, and melons all day long. You want something warm at night? Have a cooked meal. If you really got something serious, you know, it's all about levels. If you're in and you've got things that are going on in you, like cell mutations, like in the word cancer, that's going to terminate you, then you get top shelf. You know, you get on the top of the mountain. If not, you can be anywhere on the mountain you want to be. Nobody's over you with a club. So sure, you can have something. You can have some cooked meals, but I like your tenacity, your focus. If you can stay 5 years without anything cooked, God bless you, man. Incredible. But you can have something cooked once in a while if it keeps your sanity with you. Yeah, I mean, you know. Oh, but you go to clarify this, and I forgot. I mean cooked, I mean cheese, vegan meats, grains, etc. Well, vegan meats maybe. But the thing is, you get away from soy. Soy is so bad. But still, if you wanted something like that once in a great while with a salad, okay. I mean, you know, nobody's over you with a club. This is between you and your body. There's no serious karma attached to any voice or expression. Regardless, yeah, Lion Man, this was what we were talking about. I was going to really talk to you a while yesterday about this, and I was talking about car lots and picking out an automobile for you, but I really was going to have a much longer dissertation on just what you're saying here to help people understand what you're saying here, and I had to break that up with my time here and what's going on in my life and things like that. So, you know, the pureness of the allness, of pure consciousness, there is no division. There's definitely no right or wrong. There's no up or down. There's no duality. Duality exists for the need of creation. But if you're all that exists,